So I just finished watching April Fool's Day, 1986 slasher film directed by a guy named Fred Walton, who directed a lot of stuff for TV up until like the mid 90s, and the only other movies I could find that he directed was a movie called Hadley's Rebellion, The Rosary Murders, and When a Stranger Calls. I don't know if I've seen any of those. I might have seen When a Stranger Calls. I don't remember. But yeah, it's like this supposed to be this, like, you know, quote unquote like classic 80s slasher movie. Some people in the online community said that it was the movie that killed the slasher genre. I don't know if that's true. I didn't know. I didn't think it was dead. But anyway, yeah, it came out in 1986. It's pretty popular. Like, a lot of people saw it. I just would always pass it up as a kid. I was really into horror movies growing up, but I always watched like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, whatever else, Night of the Demons, everything like that. But yeah, I'd always see this movie in the horror section, just pass it up, never really wanted to see it, so finally got to see it. Yeah, it wasn't really all that good. It was kind of boring. Like, there's no real, like, any kind of, well, like, there's a little degree of violence in this movie, but nothing too much. Just like some annoying teenagers, some horny perverted guy, and like, you know, the easy girl, and like prepped dude, like, I don't know, some stock characters, and they're all going to this island on April Fool's weekend to visit their rich friend Muffy, and her parents are out of town, and they go to this island, and, you know, they're playing pranks on each other and all this shit. But I guess someone's like picking them off, and they're getting murdered one by one, allegedly. Pretty standard plot. They just pretty much just go around, you know, have fornicating, getting into trouble, you know, conspiring against one another, doing all that kind of shit. Here's a pretty cool scene right here. This guy gets his head crushed, or does he? But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna spoil the movie right now, so if you don't want it spoiled, you know, if you haven't seen it, like, I don't know, wouldn't really recommend watching this movie unless you're a hardcore 80s slasher fan. But anyway, it turns out no one's being murdered. It is like all an elaborate prank. Like, that's a prank too. Like, I guess he puts on a fake eyeball underwater. But yeah, this part of the movie was kind of intense. The first time I watched it, I was like, whoa, didn't see this coming. But yeah, it's stupid because then they just carry on. They go to the island. Like, a couple of them are feeling kind of like blue about what happened to their friend, but they still go to a party and hang out in the, you know, island, in the mansion on the island. Yeah, pretty flimsy plot, pretty stock characters, some really bad jokes on here, nothing too endearing about it, really. It wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't too special. It didn't have a good villain. It didn't really have a villain at all, but I don't know, I didn't like it. A lot of people do like it, though. It just didn't do anything for me, and I guess it wasn't really like a slasher movie, because no one really gets slashed either. It didn't really have any graphic violence or anything like that. It's pretty dull. I tried to have fun with it, though. Like, I went into it with an open mind. Like, I'll watch some stupid movies, I'll have a good time with them. This one was just, I don't know, boring.